Hi everyone, can you hear me? Sorry I'm a few minutes late, but I've been having trouble getting on using my switcher platform again. So if you're here and you're seeing me, can you say hi and let me know? Hi Patty, hi Yolandi, Susan, Charmaine. Oh great. Listen, I honestly don't know how long this is going to work for because last week I couldn't get on at all and I couldn't post any messages to let you all know that I tried for an hour. And then tonight I've just tried to get on. I use a platform called Switcher, which I pay for. And it's just literally I've been trying since 4:45. And I've been onto the Switcher Facebook page and people are saying there that they've been having problems all day trying to connect to YouTube and Facebook. So fingers crossed, I seem to be on now. I'm watching it on my phone as well and you can see all your comments. So let's just keep everything crossed that we don't get cut off. But just know that if for any reason I do get cut off, I will try and come back. But if I can't, just know that it's not me having the problem, it's the platform that I use to stream through YouTube. So let me just see what everyone's saying. So I've got Gia, hi from Michigan. Linda, I just purchased the SDX 125, can't wait. Oh, brilliant. Hi Rachel, hope you're okay. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Susan's saying yes, loud and clear. Yes, loud and clear. Patty's saying, Maria's saying hi, all can hear. Hearing you just fine from New York State. Maria's saying, I see you. Yes, hi from, is that Florida? Hello from California. Wow. Hi, Barbara. Hope you're okay. I was going to try and introduce you to Eddie. That's why I'm on camera. But he seems to be crashed out on the settee. So if any of you don't know, let's keep everything crossed, please. If any of you don't know, I got a puppy. We've had him. He's brilliant, Susan. We've had him 3 weeks tomorrow. And Friday just gone, so 2 days ago, he was 11 weeks old. And Hannah and I have been out with him for the first time today, you know, kind of out in public. We took him to a cafe that we like to go to that's about an hour away and it's on a canal. It's lovely. I don't know if any of you will remember the Easter egg that I posted earlier in the year. Hannah took me there for this Easter treat and we've been there for breakfast today and it's a dog friendly place and he had a breakfast. He got a little pot with bacon and sausage in and then afterwards he had a puppuccino which was full of cream. He absolutely loved it and we went for a walk down the canal. Don't know if any of you know, it's a place called Diggle. It's out towards Saddleworth and then when we'd been there and walked him round there, we took him to Uppermill and walked him round there. But is that absolutely goddamn gorgeous that everybody in the cafe, all the staff, all the people in the cafe all wanted to come and say hello to him and everybody in Uppermill wanted to stop and say hello to him. So hello from Ocean Pines, I see you. Hello from California. Yeah, let's get, how's the puppy? Congratulations, I have 2 7 months. Oh my days, Linda. We've got our hands full with one. Rachel, he's a show Cocker Spaniel. He loved it. He absolutely loved it, Linda. Yeah, he's a show Cocker Spaniel, an English show Cocker Spaniel. Staten Island, New York. Wow. I'll try and get him. Just give me 1 minute. Eddie? Eddie? Come and say hello. Come and say hello to my people friends. And then you can go back to have your sleep. Right, let's see if we can get you on. Let's see. This is Eddie. Don't know if you can see him. I have to put my glasses on now so I can read the comments to see if you can see him. What kind of pupper is he? Yeah, Linda, he's an English show Cocker Spaniel. So I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to get him up to the camera so you can see him. Oh, sorry, did I wake you up, mister? Oh, there you go. Somebody can see you because they're saying, oh my gosh, oh, he's gorgeous. Let's see if we can move the keyboard and see if you can just stand here for a minute. Oh, no, you can't. You're not going to see him from there. There you go. You're going to say hello to everybody. Yeah, he's beautiful. He's oh, sorry, mister. He's a handful at times, but he is beautiful. He's adorable. He's absolutely handsome in real life. He's beautiful. Thank you. He spends most of his time biting me, which I'm trying to stop. And tomorrow he's going to doggy daycare for the day, which I just think is hilarious. One of Hannah's best friends works at a place called Doggy Daycare. So he's been booked in for the day for tomorrow. So he's going to go there and see his Auntie Honor and spend the day there and meet some other puppies. You can go back and have a sleep in a minute, mister, but all my friends want to see you. But yeah, so he's been beautiful, but he has the zoom he runs around like a mad thing, and especially at tea time. Let me see if I can twist my chair around because he's looking over my shoulder. Are you going to look at... No, you see, you need to look this way, beautiful. You need to look this way. Everyone's saying lots of fun and you're gorgeous. Everyone's saying. And Thea's saying she's so jealous. Are you going to look? Look that way, mister. Right, I need to get on with my live now, so maybe I'll put you back on the settee and you can carry on and have your sleep. You're not looking, you're too busy licking me. Look at all your people. All your people want to see you. I know, my crafty stuff, Rachel. I found him pulling a piece of card out of the bin the other day, which was hilarious. And he's got his eye on the handle on my Stampin' and Cut emboss machine. The Zoomies are mad, Linda. The Zoomies are absolutely mad. I would never have thought something so little could run so quick. He's absolutely hysterical when he just literally bombs around. Hannah and I were sat on the floor about 8 feet apart this morning, literally throwing a ball over his head, and he was running backwards and forwards. That was before we took him out. Right, let me just go and get rid of him and then we'll carry on with what I want to try and do. Good boy. Sit there now. Sit there and have a rest. Right, you sit down now and be good. Now I've woke him up, he'll probably want to get off. So yeah, he's hysterical. Quite a monkey at times, but beautiful. What's Charmaine saying? I could eat him with a spoon. I know, so could we, but like I say, sometimes he can be an actual monkey, a proper monkey. Eddie, sit down, please. Good boy. Good boy. Sit down. I think we've worn him out though, all the walking today. But yeah. What do you want, mister? Do you want to get down now? Oh, sorry guys, 1 minute. Do you want to get down and get your water? Or are you staying there? That's it. Stay there, mister. You'll be fine. Right, if I have to keep jumping off my chair, I'm sorry. Right, so, yeah, he is fun, Barbara. But like I say, he can be a monkey at times. So ages ago, and I honestly can't remember who asked me, but somebody asked me about making masks. I've kind of done something similar before, ages ago, and I think it was a pre-record. But masks are kind of so easy to do now, especially if you use Canvas Workspace for computer, because we've got that filter page. So let me just get rid of me and see if I can get, hang on. Okay, so I've flipped to my Eddie, excuse me. I've flipped to my Canvas Workspace screen, so hopefully you'll see that in a few minutes. What's Rachel saying? He's getting his revenge as you woke him up. I know, he was absolutely crashed out on the settee. I think he's settling back down again now. He literally walked for ages today. We didn't think he'd do half or anywhere near the amount of walking he did. Because I was talking to somebody and they reckon 5 minutes worth of walking per month. So he literally is just under 3 months. So we thought, 15 minutes, but no, his little legs kept on going, and he was running backwards and forwards, and so he walked a lot. So anyway, okay, so masks. So can you I'm looking at it on my phone and I can see my Canvas Workspace screen, so I'm hoping. Hi to JK Sewing. Linda Lee's saying that's better. Is that because you can now see my Canvas Workspace screen only? If you just let me know. And then I'll try and crack on. I don't want to keep you all too long, obviously. So everything still looks as though it's all going okay. We still look live and everything. Katie's saying a bit late, and it sounds like I'm going to have to watch replay to see Puppy. Oh yeah, Katie, just go back a bit and you'll find him. Yes, can see screen clearly. Okay. So, excuse me, basically simple masks. That's what I was asked for, and I can't remember who asked because it actually was quite some time ago. And I did say that I'd get round to doing it and completely forgot. I was going to try and do it last week, couldn't get connected at all. So as I've kind of got nothing planned for today, I just thought we'd just have a recap. I mean, a lot of you'll probably know this anyway. Yes, can see. So everyone's saying can see screen now. Okay, so basically, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to the basic shapes. You could do this with any shape at all, I suppose. I'm going to start with, let's have a look. Let's find a simple kind of diamond shape. Right, just give me 1 minute while what am I looking for? I was going to do a star, but we'll start, here we go. We'll get a little, I don't need two for now. Right, so I've just got under others from the basic shapes, I've got the little diamond. I'm going to size it down, so I'm coming over to the right hand side to the edit icon, and I'm going to make it about 1/2 inch high. Obviously, again, you could make this any size. If you want to make, like a big 12 by 12 mask, make your shape kind of size to fit whatever you want. So for now, I'm just going to make this 1/2 inch high. So I've got maintain aspect ratio ticked, and under the height, I'm just going to do 0.5, and that will adjust the width accordingly. So I'm going to zoom in. Now, whenever I zoom when I'm doing a live, sometimes it starts to slow up. So let's just see, let's get near the, I'm just going to, you don't have to position this at the top of your mat. It's just kind of something that I've got into the habit of doing. So this diamond is 1/2 inch high and it's 0.37 wide, which is about 3/8 or thereabouts. So you can either right click and create a duplicate, or you can come to the layers tab, which is the 1, 2, 3, the 4th icon down on the right, and right at the bottom there's two boxes with a plus, and that makes a duplicate as well. So you can do it either way. I tend to use the right click shortcuts. So let's have a look and see what we can do here. So let's position. Let's just see what kind of a pattern we can make here. So if I select the right one, hold the shift key down on my keyboard and select the left one, come back to the edit icon, and let's just kind of line them up on the top. So they're lined up now, and this is, I'm just doing this by eye, that's kind of like central. So I'm going to select them all. I'm going to come back to the edit icon. I'm just going to go back to 50% so that you can see my mat a bit better. And then under the edit icon down here, under where you've got transform, you've got this box over here on the right hand side that says duplicate. And when you click on that, it will fill the mat with whatever you've put on. Now, obviously, if you want to make a 12 by 12 mask and you want your diamonds at 1/2 inch, then, that would be fine. Me personally would probably make my masks total size about 6 by 6. And that way you've got more than enough to cover a UK A6 or a US A2 card front. So we wouldn't need all these. So I would kind of just, select some and get rid of them. But I found, because I was having a play with this last week, as I said, this is what I was going to try and do last Sunday. I found it quicker to fill the page with the shape and delete some that you don't want, rather than us having to do it the old-fashioned way, where we'd make a pattern like this, then we'd select it, then we'd duplicate it, then we'd duplicate it again, then we'd line it up, then we'd make a line of it. Do you know what I mean? So let's just get rid of those for now. So I'm just selecting them and hitting delete. And if I drag a box around this now, you can see over here on the right hand side, it's just under 5 inches wide and just over 5 inches tall. So if I was going to make a mask that the overall size was 6 by 6, this would be the size I would do it. So basically I would just come back now and I'd grab a square and I'd size my square to 6 by 6 and I'd just position this over, select everything, right click and make a group, and I've instantly got a mask that I could cut in freezer paper or acetate, or what's that other stuff called? Is it mylar or something like that? And you could make a mask. So basically it would cut this square for you. It would cut out all these diamonds. You would then be left with this that you could place over a card front, and you could sponge through it. You could use, if you've got Stampin' Up blender tools, you could get your blender tool and rub it into an ink pad and, sponge through the diamond holes. You could use one of those finger daubers. You could use a sponge. You could use, what's that paste called? That white paste that Stampin' Up sell, and you have a spatula and you spatula it on. I think that's what I did last time when I made masks. But just simply using a basic shape and the duplicate, which is like filter page effectively, you can very quickly make very simple masks. So I'll just put that one on one side, and again, I'm just showing you just very simply how to do it, but you don't have to use all the same shape. I mean, you could, let's see, you could make, we got some stars. Let's find a star. I like this star. So if we choose a star, and then if we make this 0.75 inches high and it's 0.79 wide, so it's kind of near enough square-ish or equal equal height and width, if that makes sense. So if we put that there and then right click and make a duplicate, and let's say make the duplicate smaller, so it's about 1/2 inch, and we'll say maybe position that one there, make a duplicate again of the smaller one and just position that there. I'm just kind of, you know, doing this by eye. Then we could make a duplicate of the bigger one. So we've kind of got something like this. And then if we select them all, and then let's come back to duplicate again, and it will fill the page. So if we left click anywhere to deselect, we've now got again a full page of 12 by 12. But again, you know, just select some and delete them. Just hit delete on your keyboard, select those and delete them. Let's just bring another square in and make it 6 by 6. Doesn't have to be 6 by 6. It's just a UK card front is, what is it, 4 1/8 by 5 7/8, and in the US yours would be, is it 4 1/4 by 5? So if you made your mask 6 inches and anything that you put within the mask fits within that 6-inch space, you know when you cut this out, it's going to cover your card front for you to mask through. And then obviously I would just put some masking tape or something on the top to hold that down over your card, and then just do your sponging and colouring or whatever you want to go through it. So let's see what we're saying. Oh wow, this is the first time I have seen this. Okay, hi Vicky, hope you're okay. You missed my puppy, Vicky. You'll have to go back to the beginning. I introduced everybody to Eddie. JD, hi JD Cougar. Hello all, so happy to be with you all again. Yeah, I'm happy to be back too. So again, I would just group this, and you know, you've now got a simple star mask, you've got a diamond mask, but 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so if you made your mask 6 by 6, that would cover your card front or any matting layer that you want to put on the front of a card. But you could just make it the exact size. I kind of tend to like my masks bigger, and that way what I do then, I usually get a piece of masking tape and stick my mask onto a piece of scrap paper with a piece of masking tape like across the top, so it's like a hinge, and then I would slide my piece of card underneath, do whatever it is I'm going to do, either with paste or with sponges and an ink pad, and then you can lift the mask up because you've kind of got it on a hinge on the top, and take your piece of card out. Could you use this as an embossing folder? Yes, I think you can. I've not actually tried it, Linda, but if you've got you know, something like a Big Shot or a Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine or whatever else kind of, is it the Gemini, any kind of embossing machine, I think you need, what's it called? Oh, I can't remember what they're called. Is it called a shim or an embossing, like silicone mat or something? So what you'd do, you'd have to kind of use the sandwich that you would use for your machine, that you would use for a regular embossing folder, but then I think you'd need to put a shim in it. And I think my machine, I use my big die cutting machine is called a snap machine, but I also do have the mini cut and emboss by Stampin' Up, and my snap machine has, it's kind of like a flimsy silicone-ish type mat, and you put that in to the regular sandwich that you use for embossing folders, and it just makes it a little bit thicker to push it through. So yes, you should be able to, but you might have to play around with your sandwich combination for your machine, if that makes sense. So we've kind of done diamonds, we've done stars. You could do circles, and you know, they don't have to be, let's size this one down. So you could do, let's do roughly 3/4 of an inch. Then I'll duplicate that one and we'll make that one smaller. Let's see, just bear with me 1 minute, I can't get my mouse to move. Let's see what we can do with this. So then if we make another duplicate of the small one, and then let's make another one and put that one there. Obviously I'm not lining these up at the moment, I'm just positioning them by eye, and I can see my screen on my phone moving, so if there's any comments I'll have a look in a minute. So you could maybe select this one, hold your shift key down and select that one, line them up on the bottom edge, then select that one, hold your shift key down, select that one, line them up on the top edge, kind of position this in the middle. I'm just going to make these a group because sometimes when I'm filming and I'm screen recording, I can't always grab everything. So you kind of got like a very basic shape like this, and then again you're under the edit icon. So we're in Canvas Workspace for computer, so the downloadable version. The online version doesn't have this filter page feature. So we're under the edit tab. You can see where it says edit, position and size, and it says maintain aspect ratio, it says transform, and then you've got this box here that's got like 4 triangles in it that is only highlighted when you select what's on your mat. So you can see I've unselected this now, this is greyed out. So you've got to select what you want for this to then come into operation. And then when you click that, it will fill the page. So again, if you scrapbook or you make what they called like junk journals or travelers notebooks and things like that, and you work with bigger pages, you could make a 12 by 12 mask and just fill a whole page like this. So again, I'm just going to select some of these and delete them, and I'll select some of these and delete them, and I'll go back and I'll grab a square and I'll just size it to 6 inches because that's just my preferred choice, and then fit that within my 6 inches, and I've now got another mask. I group it all together and just cut it out. So let's see what everyone's saying. So I've answered that one. Sue Cartwright saying hello all. In Canada and US we would call this a stencil. Yeah, a stencil or a mask. I think they're basically both the same, aren't they, Vicky? You know, I suppose it just depends where you are. I would probably call it a stencil. I know Stampin' Up call their things they sell masks. So, you know, it is what it is. It does the same thing, doesn't it? Yes, a shim, but I would glue a couple together, then it works better, Rachel's saying. So that's a good tip. So cut a couple, glue them together. So you kind of, that's how we kind of make faux chipboard shapes, isn't it? Or letters. You cut the same letter several times, glue it all together to make it thicker. So yeah, that would be a good idea, Rachel. Thank you, I will try to emboss, Linda's saying. Sounds like a great reason to play with your embossing machine. Yeah, just give it a go. I mean, as I say, I only literally had a play with this last week because this is what was going to be my live last Sunday, but I couldn't get on. And then obviously with having Eddie now, my days in my week are kind of more taken up with him. Tomorrow I've got a couple of projects that I want to film and edit because he's going to doggy daycare tomorrow and Hannah's out having a golf lesson and then practicing, so she's out for the day, so I've got the day to myself tomorrow. So yeah, when you get some time, just make some shapes like this. Make sure you group them while you're still in Canvas Workspace. And then when you send it, when you send it over to your machine, you can position this, and cut it anywhere. You won't run the risk of moving any of the shapes out of place if it's ungrouped. But yeah, have a play with it. So let's see what anyone else is saying. Sounds like a great, yeah, I've done that one. Thank you to Rachel, good idea, yeah. Wow, that's so beautiful. Hi, first time seeing this. I wondered how to do this. Well, there you go, Eileen. Thank you for being here, by the way. But again, it doesn't have to all be the same shape. You could mix and match your shapes. Let's see what else we've got. So we've done circles, we've done stars. I mean, what about, let's see. So if we make this, I'm just using 0.75 height, just because, but it could be anything. So let's do them all the same height. So let's do 0.75. So let's see what else we've got. Let's find a heart. And we'll make that 0.75. But again, oh, that's 0.65. Well, we'll do that with 0.65 then. Let's make that one a little bit smaller then. Okay, so we've got kind of 3 different sizes. And again, you can rotate them. Just give me 1 minute, my mouse is. Let's see, let's rotate that one. And then we'll rotate that one as well. So we've kind of got like 3 shapes there. Let's group them all. Let's right click and make them a group. And then again, because we've got them all selected, we've got this one. Or what we could also do, hang on, let's see what else we've got. Hang on, I'm missing a lot of stamps and stencils come with mass, which is a good help if you need to cover parts up you don't want touched. Denise is saying, I can see a galaxy of stars and planets with what you have so far. There's all sorts, isn't there? I mean, these are just basic shapes that are, here for us for free in Canvas Workspace. So let's just see what else we could put in. So we've got like a spade, a club, isn't it? These are like what are these called? Like you get in a pack of cards. Let's grab a circle again, and we'll make this circle 0.37. Let's see. So we could, oh, don't want to do that. Let's undo. So just need to get that 4-headed icon for me to pick. There we go, for me to be able to move this. So you could add in a circle. Let's duplicate that. We could put one there. I mean, I'm literally just playing. You kind of get the idea though, don't you? Do you know what I mean? It's we could put one there. Let's just have a look at that. Let's just move that one. Oh, they're I forgot they were grouped. That's clever, Ashley. So let's just put that. I'm going to ungroup them, and then I can just kind of position these a bit more. So let's just do kind of a bit of randomness. I mean, this probably isn't going to be the best, but let's rotate that one a bit more. So if we select them all, I'm just going to group them just to make it easier, and then fill the page again. Now again, if you want to bring them closer together, I would kind of select this row, and you could offset them kind of slightly. Let's get rid of that one, and let's select this row. But this, using the filter page, even if you're going to, move a few around, is a lot easier than the old-fashioned way that we had to do it, where we, you know, made one, duplicated it, grouped it, duplicated it, made another row of it. Do you know what I mean? It's a whole lot easier. And then what I'd probably do now is maybe get rid of them, and then let's bring a box in again and make a 6-inch square and see how this fits in. So I would now probably, let's see what we could do. I would probably try and get that. Let's ungroup it, and then let's just grab these 3 and position them there. Then I'll grab these 3 and I'll fill that space in there so it kind of looks as though the pattern carries on. And then let's just move that out of the way. So I'm going to ungroup this bottom row now. And then I'm going to get rid of these. I'm just selecting them and deleting, using delete on my keyboard. Let's see how this fits in now. And anything that's outside the box, I would delete. So this is probably not the best, but again, it's just showing you. Then I would right click and make it all a group. And then that way, when you send it over to your machine, if you've got a piece of card positioned, you know, somewhere down here on your mat, when you grab this, if it's a group, you can bring this down easily, rather than if it's ungroup, you run the risk of messing up your pattern. So let's just see what we're saying. Suits, that was it. Yeah, thank you. Would it be more tricky with words? With words, you would probably have to use, or to get the best result, I would say, for words, you would use a stencil font, because otherwise if you use a regular font, you'll have like all the middles of your A's, E's, I's, O's and U's, if you know what I mean, falling out. So we'll do words, but we'll use a stencil font. Such a great excuse to play. I found it's better to wait for the notification from YouTube to get the start of the video. Words sound intriguing. Wow, this is really something. Lots of ideas. Oh, good. I'm glad you're finding it helpful, JD Cougar. How to fill in missing tracing lines when using PNG image. Trying to create stencil from PNG images. Not sure what you mean there, Stephanie, but how to fill in missing tracing lines. Anything that's missing that you want to join, you would use the path icon, which is this one over here. So it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th one down. That's how you fill in spaces. Sometimes having parts of the pattern bleed off the edge, I think that's meant to mean, can be interesting. Yeah. So let's move this out of the way. So let's go to text. Now my screen's froze. Great. Let's do hello. So we need to find a stencil font. Can anybody tell me what the stencil font's called that's in Canvas Workspace? Is there one called Stencil? I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. Let's have a look. I can't remember what the stencil font's called. Does anybody know what it's called? Because I can't remember. Let me have a look. thought there might have been one called Stencil, but it doesn't look as though there is. And I honestly can't remember what the stencil font's called that's in Canvas Workspace. Let me see if I can see it in the pictures. You just have to bear with me a minute. It's not Baskerville, is it? No. It's not Berlin. If anybody can look in Canvas Workspace online and go to the text and look at the stencil font and just tell me what it's called, it'll help me find it quicker here. I'm just having a drink of my juice while I'm trying to look through the list. I've got that many fonts in here. I'm trying to see if anything jumps out at me. It's the built-in fonts, yeah. There's a stencil font within Canvas, but I can't remember what it's called to find it here. There is a font called Stencil, yeah, but I don't think I've got it. It's one of the built-in fonts. Hungary might work, but that's not the one I was thinking of. So let's... No, it's not Times Roman. Just bear with me. We'll find it, hopefully. So Vicky's saying she thinks there are additional fonts that are not in this list. I'm sure there's definitely a stencil font in here. I just, for the life of me, cannot remember what it's called. Right, let's see if I can go to... Right, hang on. Let's just do this. Let's go to Canvas Workspace online. And let's go to the text. So, here's the text font, San Diego. Let's have a look and see if we've got San Diego. Denise has just said it. Thank you. Have we got it in here? San Diego, yay, brilliant. Let's get rid of that. Let's make that back to full page. Okay, so can you see with a stencil font you've got gaps? If, let's just do this in, Arial. So if you used a regular font, you'd have all like this middle of the E and the middle of the O would drop out, and you'd be left with like a big hole here. But if you used a stencil font, can you see? Let me zoom in. Can you see what I mean? You've got the breaks. So if you were going to use text, I would suggest using a stencil font. And that way, you won't lose all these bits. So let's just go back to 50%. And let's get rid of that one. And then again, I mean, you know, this is just probably not the best thing to use, but let's just see if we can make So I'm just kind of positioning it. Let's see if we can do let's see what we can do. So we could maybe, let's rotate this one this way. And then we could rotate that one, oh, hang on, that way. Then I would select the top one, hold the shift key down and select the bottom one. And then I can never remember which one it is. No, it's not that one, it's the other one. Undo, so select that, hold the shift key down, select that, then use, oh, I've done it again. Goodness gracious. This is what happens when you don't come on a live for a few weeks. Select the top one, so they center to each other. Then select these two and center those to each other. So we've kind of made our basic design. I'm just going to group them, and then you could size them however you want. And then again, just use the filter page. And then again, what I would probably do is select this row and just bring them a little bit closer. You could offset them. You know, it's kind of entirely up to you what you want to do with them. But what I was basically trying to get at is that using the filter page is a lot quicker than the way we used to do it. So if we select these and get rid of these, you've now got this. And again, if I come to the basic shapes and just grab a square and make it 6 inches and see if that fits within. If it doesn't, you know, you might want to make your mask bigger, or you might want to, you know, like I would probably like ungroup this one, ungroup this one, and I would probably just choose these bottom ones that are outside of the box and delete them. Let's just undo that one because I didn't want to get rid of that whole one. So let's just maybe delete that. Let's ungroup this, and anything that's kind of extending beyond the box I would probably get rid of. You just have to play around with it really, don't you? You know, I'm just kind of giving you the idea. But again, it does work with text. I think you'd probably get a better result using a stencil font rather than a regular font, depending on what word you use. But just bear in mind that, you know, if you're using like A's and O's and E's, the middle bits of the letters are going to get cut out. So your E is going to end up with like a big hole, and an O would just end up with a great big hole. Does that make sense? I think there are additional fonts not in the list. San Diego. Mine was just before Canvas fonts. I checked. I was thinking of the ones built into the machine. Charlotte's saying, I finally realised the direction of the boxes is the direction of the centering. I always had trouble with that. Yeah, I always, these two centre ones, I always get mixed up which one's which. But yeah, you could use text. Again, it could be, dare I say, the C word. You know, you could say Happy Christmas. You could have a repeating. Let's get rid of this one because I don't particularly like this one. But let's just go back to the text. Let's do Happy Christmas. We'll go back to San Diego. I'll make it smaller. So what you could do is make a duplicate of this and then select the word and get rid of Christmas. Oh, that's got rid of too many. So we've got Happy Christmas and happy. Let's line them all up together. So we've kind of got an equal spacing. Select them, then fill the page. Let's see, that's not exactly what I want. Hang on, so let's undo that, because that's not what the result I wanted. Let's duplicate happy. Eddie's moving around, but he's only moving around the settee, so let's see. We could do Christmas there and happy there. Select them all, duplicate them. Let's see what we get now. That's not what I want either, really. Let's see, let's undo that. What am I trying to do? I know, let's get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Let's duplicate that. Let's line this up again. Make another duplicate. I'm just playing now. I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm just playing. So let's duplicate that, move that along. So it's kind of offset. I'm going to select these bottom two and line them up on the bottom edge just to get them lined up, and the same with these. There we go. So let's make that a group, and then let's just hit duplicate again. So let's see what we're saying. A sun in the middle will look good. So now, again, I would probably delete some of them. Let's bring in another box. Let's make it 6 inches, because that's just what I'm choosing to work with, but you don't have to. And kind of position it like so. And then again, anything that's kind of outside the box, I'm going to ungroup all these. I would delete, but you just need to play around with it really, but you kind of get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Again, I think I've typed Happy Christmas as one word. If you typed happy and then Christmas, what you could do then, because if I go to delete this now, it'll delete both words. But if you typed them separately, like the Christmas word, you could delete because it's extending outside the box, or you could get the Christmas and kind of bring it over here to fill this in. You know, you just kind of have to play with it really. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But the object of the exercise was that if you use the filter page, it's a lot quicker. I know you probably, you know, if you're not using a 12 by 12 stencil or mask, you've got to delete some to get the size that you want to end up with, but it's a lot quicker filling a page and deleting the ones you don't want, rather than, like I say, the way we used to have to do it. Because like what we would have had to have done before, let's get rid of all these. So basically we would have made Happy Christmas, we would have duplicated it, we would have had to have, say, positioned it, maybe make another one, position that down here. We'd have had to have lined them all up manually and then fit them all in the size of the mask we want to use. So at least doing it by filter page and deleting the ones we don't want, it's kind of a bit quicker. Let's see what we're saying. It worked in my head. Rachel's saying thank you. Maybe writing would look better if you used a find handwriting font, then use the draw facility on the paper. Yeah, you could draw instead of cutting. If you use one of the fine writing fonts, I wouldn't attempt to cut that as a stencil, because I think it just would be too fine. It would just end up ripping. I think the whole thing about masks is that they tend to be kind of slightly bigger shapes. I mean, they don't have to be huge. I mean, you know, a lot of these were like 1/2 inch or less. But if you're going to use text, I wouldn't use a fine writing text to make a cut stencil. But yes, you could do it the other way around and use your machine to draw it rather than doing it this way and filling it with paste or with, you know, blending tools or sponging or whatever. So it, you know, just play with it, just try it out and see. I'm just kind of here to try and come up with, you know, something. Somebody asked me to show how to make simple masks, and it just dawned on me last week that with the filter page now, it would probably be a lot easier. I saw your video a long time ago on the diamonds making this, and yes, what a lot of work. Yeah, I think it was a pre-record, didn't I? And I think I did one that was kind of like, let's get rid of those and let's grab a rectangle. So if we let's make this 1/2 inch high. So you could make like a brick, like a, what do you call it, like a brick wall effect. So I know you've initially got to kind of put some work in to line up some of your shapes, but it's nowhere near as much as we used to do. So like I'm just like randomly positioning these now. So if I'll select the top 3 and I'll just align them on the bottom, and I'll select those 2 and align those on the bottom. Let's just move that out of the way for now. So we kind of got this kind of basic shape. What you could also do if you wanted to, let's see if this will work. If we duplicate that and then make that narrower, we could maybe, can we kind of fill in to make that line up? You could maybe, I mean, I'm just literally just playing here. We kind of got something like that. I mean, it's not perfect, but you get the idea. I'm going to group it, and then I'm going to come over here and fill the page. So again, now it's put it in columns, but what I would do, I would select this column, and then I'd just use the arrows on my keyboard and scoot it over just to, oh, that's too many. Let's separate it out a bit. So you kind of get the gist, you know what I mean? Then I'd get rid of this, and then maybe get rid of them. And then where's my square again? I've just had, is that my square? Is that my 6-inch square? That fits in. So see how much quicker it was doing it that way than the way we used to have to do it. Because once you've kind of got your basic elements in place, you just fill the whole page then, and then you can just delete the bits you don't want. Sorry, meant to add that you could ink through your mask design on top. Yep. So, you know, in a short while have we grouped that. So we've got a kind of a brick wall, we've got a kind of simple diamond pattern, we've got the circles, we've got stars, and then we've got this random other one. So you've kind of got, what we got there, 5 masks made in, it's 2 minutes past 6. And I don't think I started, did I, till maybe 5:15. So say 45 minutes. Might not have even been doing this that long, because I know I was talking for quite a bit at the beginning. But we've got 5 simple masks. And again, like I said, you know, if you make junk journals or travelers' notebooks or mini albums or scrapbook pages, you could make these 12 inches. They don't have to be, I'm just choosing to do 6x6 because I'm basically a card maker, and a 6x6 mask fits nicely over, you know, what would be a matting layer or the front of a card for me. But you can equally make them 12x12, and you've got big masks. And that's the beauty of owning a scan and cut machine, because we can just play around with different shapes and different elements, group them together, and now using this filter page we can make, you know, personalize or individual things to suit us, rather than, you know, like for instance Stampin' Up sell masks, and I think they sell a set of 4, but in that set of 4 there might only be one that you like, so you're buying a set of 4 to get one, or you might like all 4, or you might not like them at all. So, you know, doing it this way, a little bit of time and effort, and use the filter page. Obviously, again, the beauty of these is we can make them any size we want. So Charmaine's saying, what is a mask used for? Charmaine, it's used for anything. Like I say, you could use it as a background for a scrapbook page. You could use it if you, on my channel, Charmaine, if you go, once we finish the live, in the search box on my channel, if you type stencil or mask, you'll see things I've done with them. I've used them as backgrounds on a layer for a card, and then I've cut shapes out and put them on top. I think I did one with the, I think it was the, oh, that was my fingers on my desk. I think I did one. I think I used the Timeless Tropical stamp set from Stampin' Up, and I stamped and cut out the flowers, but from memory I made like a brick wall, a bit like this mask here at the top right. I made a mask and I inked through the mask on the, I don't know if I did it on the base card or if I made it on as a layer on top for the base card. And I inked through it, and then I stamped and cut the flowers and put them on top. But you can use masks for anything. You can use them, like I say, as backgrounds for scrapbook papers. You can use them just to add a bit of subtle colour on a page for an album or a traveller's notebook or a mini album. It doesn't have to be ink. You know, like I say, I can't remember what that paste is called, but Stampin' Up sell a white paste. Is it shimmer paste or something like that, is it called? So you can literally put your mask on your piece of card, spread the paste over, scrape it all off and lift your mask off, and you've got like texture. So you've kind of got like a bit like a 3D element texture, and then you can put things on top of it. Snowflakes would be good. That was an idea that I was going to try and I never got round to. But if you go into your scan and cut machine, I'm positive in the holiday section of your scan and cut machine, you've got some snowflakes. You could bring the snowflake up on your machine, send it over to Canvas Workspace, bring it in here and make a mask of it. So that would be nice, making a background mask using the snowflakes that are already in your machine. Because although we've got basic shapes in here, we've not got any snowflakes or anything in here, but you have got them in your machine. So don't forget, anything that's in your machine you can send over to Canvas Workspace. You would use the SVG icon to bring it in, or import it and then make a mask from it. Karine is saying, hi all, we'll have to watch from the beginning. Hi Karine, you're welcome. Yeah, and I showed Eddie at the beginning as well. He's snoring his head off on the settee at the moment. If he wakes up before I go off, I'll bring him back on quickly, but he's literally snoring. I can hear him. JD Cougar's saying this is a wonderful idea. Thank you so much for tonight, Rachel's saying. Eddie Din-Dins or Zoomies. A video would be fun. I'll try and catch him, Rachel, on video the next time. He's absolutely mad. He's so funny because he's got such little legs and he bounds along. Literally, I think he thinks he's a greyhound. In fact, I think he might be a greyhound in disguise, really. He's literally hysterical. Maria's saying, brilliant, Ashley, these could be embossed with the scan and cut if you have the embossing kit. Yeah, try it. Is this the best version of the software? Can't wait to see him, Karine's saying. I'll try and bring him on again in a few minutes before I go. Is it Jamila? JK sewing Jamila. the fit to page is only available in the download version. You can do this in the online version, but you would have to line up all your shapes manually. So that's why I'm showing how to do in Workspace, Canvas Workspace, the download version, because we've got this filter page. It just kind of saves you a few steps. You could design some great papers using files for the ScanNCut. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of things in your machine. Just go into all the, sections that are in your machine. Because don't forget, we've got all these shapes in here in Canvas Workspace, and we've got all the borders and we've got all the text. But in your machine, you've got even more designs. And just because they're in the machine doesn't mean you can't use them in Canvas Workspace. You can just literally either put them on a USB stick and put the USB stick into your computer if you've not got Wi-Fi. But if you've got Wi-Fi, call up a shape on your ScanNCut machine, choose save, and when you save, choose save to Canvas, and then open a new blank page and bring that design up, and then create your mask. So you've got loads more options other than what I'm showing you here. In fact, if I can just if you just want to bear with me a minute, I'll turn my ScanNCut machine on and I'll see if I can quickly find a snowflake. If you want to hang out with me a bit longer, and let's see if we can find a snowflake, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. How about a shot of him snoring? I've not got a camera where he is. He's literally flat out snoring his head off, but I'm sure he'll wake up in a minute. So if you just bear with me, I'm just putting my machine on, and I'm going into, I know you can't see this bit, so I'll just talk you through what I'm doing. I've gone into patterns on my machine. I need to find the section with the, here we go. So hang on, let's grab a snowflake. So I found a snowflake. So in my machine, it's pattern number AR-A008. So I'm just going to select it at the size it is. I know you can't see any of this, and I'm setting it on my mat. And now I'm going to choose save, and I'm choosing the icon that looks like a computer with the Wi-Fi signal next to it. And it says it's saving. It says save successful. So I'm going to say OK. So if I come back here now, and no, I don't want that. I just want a new, let's get rid of all, let's see, hang on, file, new, let's just save this. I'll just call it masks. From tonight's live. Might not let me save it because that one's off the page. Let's just see. Oh, it has. So what do we need to do now? We need to can't remember how to do it. Import from cutting machine. There we go. So there's the snowflake that I just opened in my ScanNCut machine and sent over wirelessly. So JD Cougar saying, love to hang out. Rachel's saying, yes, please. I'm comfortable on the sofa with you on the iPad. Don't want to go off. Oh, thank you, Jamila. Do you do this every Sunday? Jamila, yes, I do. Normally, UK time, 5 o'clock, but I missed a few months ago because I had a bad back for about 6 or 7 weeks. And then last week I couldn't get on the internet at all. So, but yes, normally, UK time, 5 p.m. on a Sunday night. Barbara's saying, best way to hang out, I know. Oh, you're lovely, thank you. Which machine is that in, please? So, Jamila, I'm using the ScanNCut SDX 2200, But as far as I'm aware, in any of the ScanNCut machines, whether it's a CM model or a DX model or an SDX model, you should have a snowflake. I know I had snowflakes in my CM600 and CM900. You just need to go into the section where the holiday bits and pieces are. In mine, it's, let me just go back home and I'll tell you where it is. So I went to pattern. So on my SDX 2200, I went to pattern. I chose the icon that's got like the Eiffel Tower and the tree. And then it was the first icon on the top left, which looks like a snowflake and a flower. But in the CM model, I think you need to go and find the holiday section, and I think they're in there. So Charmaine's saying I have a CM900. Charmaine, you'll have a snowflake somewhere in your machine. Okay, so this is just the snowflake I've just sent over. So again, if we go to edit, you can see it's under 4 inches high. So let's make this one an inch high. Now, can you see what's happened? This isn't grouped, so I'm going to undo. So these little diamonds in the middle, if I move that. Now look, that's odd because it is grouped, but it didn't, let's see, that's bizarre. Let's do that again. Oh, I thought for a minute that wasn't grouped, but I think it's the software playing up. So that's an inch, okay. So Vicky's saying, on my CM machine, the snowflakes are in the section with the planet, Saturn and a flower. Okay, so there you go. So on, have a look, anybody with a CM machine. Vicky, is that like where there's a Christmas stocking? And is like the Halloween bits and pieces in there as well? I thought it was kind of like a holiday section, but maybe I'm wrong, I can't remember. You will, I'm positive anybody with any CM model machine will have a snowflake. It's just you're going to need to click into the sections on your machine to find it, okay? Right, so this is an inch now, so I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to just make this one a little bit smaller. So let's make this one 0.75. And again, right, my machine's going on the go slow now. So let's duplicate that. So again, I'm just kind of trying to, there we go. So we've kind of just got like a big one and 2 little ones. Again, you know, you just play about with this. I'm going to just make it a group. And then again, I'm going to use filter page. And again, I think what I would probably do is, let's try this. So let's try rotating this. My machine's on the go slow. It's not letting me rotate. Let's do it this way. Let's do, what will it be, 90? I did notice this. Is anybody else having this problem with the canvas download? When I was trying this last week, because like I said before, I was going to do this last Sunday, my rotate icon's not working. And I don't know why. Let's do, so just, I'm just going to move these manually. I'm going to get rid of all of these. Hit delete. And then I'm just going to kind of bring these over a little bit. Like so, and just have a play about and just kind of fill in the spaces. But it's a lot easier, like I keep saying, to use the filter page than the old-fashioned way. So let's get rid of these. And then again, I would just bring in my 6-inch box, but you know, you do whatever you want and see what fits into my box. And I'm going to ungroup that one. And then I'm going to delete that bit because that's hanging over the edge. And then I'm going to ungroup that one. But you can see this is just a shape. And then what I might do on this one is just make my box a little bit bigger. And then I'll group everything. And there we've made another mask. My machine's going funny now because I find this sometimes with Canvas Workspace for computer when I'm screen recording. It goes a bit odd sometimes. So that's not the best positioned, but you get the idea. That was just, you know, a shape that was in my machine that I've sent over to Canvas Workspace and have now been able to make a mask from it. Right, what we're saying. You are frozen here. Hope it is my connection and not your video, JD Cougar's saying. Am I still frozen? Jamila's saying I'm in Sheffield. Oh, you're not that far from me then. It's not in the holiday one. It's the first one on the top left, Vicky's saying. There's not enough space to rotate. Okay, let's try that. I can't use the offline version, but I have had trouble with the rotation handle. No trouble. Okay. Have I just deleted those? So let's ungroup. Get rid of the box. Let's get rid of all these again. So Charmaine's saying there's not enough room, so let me try it again. Oh, clever. So it will rotate then. How bizarre. No, I never knew that. So if I put that, it's not perhaps the best, is it? But let's just try it again. Let's see. Okay. So let's group that and then let's filter page again. And then I'll try and see what everyone's saying. Not frozen, you're fine. My rotate works on the download. It's probably because you're on screen recording. No, when I was trying it last week, it wouldn't rotate then either. It was bizarre. But I wonder if Charmaine's right. I wonder if it is because there wasn't enough room for me to rotate. Maybe that was where I'm going wrong. So I know I'm positioning some of these kind of manually now, but again, it's a lot easier to do it. Let's get rid of all them now. So thanks for that tip, Charmaine. That's brilliant. Let's try 6x6 again and put that in there. And then I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger. But again, you kind of get the gist of the idea. This was just a snowflake that I've taken from the machine, brought into Canvas Workspace, and I've been able to make a mask for it. So don't just think of the shapes that you've got, you know, in Canvas Workspace. Look at the other things. In my machine, let me just go into my machine. I can see I've got I've got 3 snowflakes in my machine. So I could have brought all 3 on and made a mask using all 3 rather than just this one. You know, you've got flowers, you've got planets. What else have we got that you could use? There's leaves. You could make a mask full of leaves. There's all sorts. You know, you've got the signs of the zodiac. You've got fruit. I'm just clicking on my machine now. I know you can't see this. You've got cogs, aeroplanes, boats, keys, all sorts of things. Oh, he's waking up. Eddie's waking up. So, has anybody got any... so Linda's saying, got to run, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Fun tonight, Ashley, thank you. Has anybody got any, you know, last minute questions or comments? Before I go, I'm just going to delete that one now. Let's get rid of all that. Let's see if I can come back to me. I don't want to save that. Right, let's see if I can get Eddie. Eddie, are you awake? Come here. Right, let me get Mr. Eddie. Come here, mister. You're proper tired tonight, aren't you? No zoomies tonight at the minute, is there? There we go. So here he is, for anybody that didn't see him. Oh, dear me, proper tired. So let's see what Jamila's saying. I have loved it tonight. Learned loads, thank you. Look forward to next week. Wow. Charmaine's saying, yes, please, I want to see Eddie. Right, Eddie? Oh. There we go. Can you see him, Charmaine? He's very tired. I've never known him to be this tired. He does sleep a lot, but usually by this time of night, he's running around like a mad thing. When pups wake up, it's normally time for a tiddle. I know, I'm going to put him out in a minute. Adorable. See, they're calling you adorable. I'm in love. Oh, they all love you, Eddie, but you need to look so they can see you. Once again, you're the bomb. Oh, thank you. He will do zoomies when you want to sleep. Yeah, I know. Thanks again, Ashley. It's been great. We'll have to watch from beginning. Oh, he is so cute. Tried to make a mask today using a snowflake from a royalty-free site. Didn't think to use the ones on the machine. Well, there you go. Those ears, I know. He's hysterical. They dangle in his water, or he drinks his water, and before he's finished drinking, he moves away from his bowl and he drips it all around the floor. It's a good job I've got like tiled floors throughout my house. Maria's saying, thank you, Ashley, for an I'm trying to read over his head off my phone, sorry. Hang on a minute, mister. Thank you, Ashley, for an informative session. Again, love, Eddie. How's Hannah getting on? She's getting on a lot better, Rachel, thank you. She's kind of eating very plain and bland at the moment. And excuse me, mister. But yeah, so we'll see. All right, thank you, mister. You're being very nice. He normally bites me. He's bitey. Very cute. You won't be carrying him around like that for long. I know. Do you know what? He's got heavier in the 3 weeks that we've got him. Hannah says I'm overfeeding him, but I'm not. And he went to the vet and she said he was fine. I want to smell puppy breath. Marion saying thank you so much. There you go, mister. So they all love you like we do. What are you doing looking down there? There's nothing down there for you. You're supposed to be looking there at the people so they can all see your beautiful face. Oh, very tiring. Right, oh so cute, he obviously loves you. Can't take his eyes off you. He's mad. If I go upstairs, he sits at the bottom of the stairs crying. Even when Hannah's in, it's ridiculous. Okay, so has anybody got any last minute, you get special bowls for spaniels, so there is. Okay, that's a good idea. You can get special bowls for spaniels. Wow. Right, mister, we're going to say goodbye and then I'm going to take you out. Right, wait a minute. Okay, everybody, I'm going to have to go because he's getting restless now. And I think he does want to go out and he feels very, very warm. So he probably wants a drink as well. So it's been lovely spending some time with you all tonight. And I'm glad that you all love Eddie as much as we do. And hopefully I'll see you all next week, but I've no idea what we're going to be doing. So thanks for being with me. Don't start biting my hands now, mister. Charmaine, my cocker is 11, still gets his ears, in the special. Bye all till next week. Bowl, night night, everyone's saying. All right, I'm going to go now. Thanks anyway, and I hope you've all found it informative. Take care, everybody. Thanks, Rachel. And I'll hopefully speak to you all next week.